Hello everyone, this is a launch day stream for Tavern Talk, and I am so excited. I backed this game on Kickstarter, and I've been waiting for it, and it is here, and I am excited! Some of you may remember that I played a demo for this game quite some time ago. That was during the Kickstarter, and now it is here, and we are going to play the game. Alright, I can't wait to pet Andu. Are you excited to pet Andu with me? Because I'm excited to pet Andu. I tried figuring out how to set it up so that I could get tips to get the DLC I wanted, and I was lazy and decided that I wasn't going to do that. No, actually, I couldn't figure out a way to make it look good with text, and with the auto bits thing, I wouldn't get those bits for a long time. So for now, this is it. Alright. Well, we're waiting for people to kind of filter in, see if any of my regulars show up. I'm gonna read some of the wanted posters. Wanted, James the Unwieldy. He is banned for his poor singing and an unpaid fine for some broken glass. Wanted, Meta, drunkenly summoned frogs and toads into the establishment. These were people who sponsored special spots on the Kickstarter. Wanted, Azure, banned from the tavern for making the quest maiden cry. I am still very, very sorry, Bing. Wanted, Fang, banned for stealing a barrel. Needed it as a dragon mug? Wanted, Leon, made an atrocious drink that could knock almost anyone out by the horrible taste alone. Wanted, Sakura, fed the most disgusting drink I have ever been given to Andu. Poor little buddy gave me quite a look. Wanted, No Name, banned for releasing a horde of chickens into the tavern during a performance. Wanted, Aether, reason for banning, angering the dice gods. Wanted, Zalesk, banned for biting the hand that fed him. Wanted, Zoo, banned because he tried to pay his tab with handfuls of pebbles. Yeah, that doesn't work. Wanted, Starpick Goldleaf, banned for trying to share their coffee and coffee beans with Andu. Oh, don't give the dragon coffee. Wanted, Yami, overly flirts with patrons, might also steal your wallet. Wanted, Annaluse, banned for eating the tavern's entire stock of meat in one night. Wanted, Arcane Areka, banned for multiple attempts of trying to smuggle her celestial chinchilla friend under her jumper. We have explained to her we cannot verify his age to drink by the color of his teeth. Wanted, Purpow, tried to steal Andu 28 blank 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 times. That's pretty good. Wanted, Ari, banned from tavern for getting a tad too rowdy and starting to spout random, definitely wrong conspiracy theories against the tavern owner. Hey, Lumi! I am so hyped for this game. Wanted, Aria, did tell too many bad pun-themed jokes even though she thought they were incredible. Now I'm doing it too. Wanted, Sena, banned for using our drink for her alchemist experiments. Didn't need an indoor blizzard. Wanted, Botrus the Boisterous. His poetry is radical, perhaps too radical to justify his crimes against humanity. Wanted, Thorsten, banned for avant-garde performances and table-flipping temper. Warning, may start a brawl over musical critiques. Wanted, Rav the Eccentric, banned for their amazing entrances to the inn, like jumping through the windows, flying through the front door, and dropping through the ceiling, somehow always announcing for everyone, "Behold, for I am here." Wanted, No Name, banned for plopping a head of his hunt/bounty on the bar. Wanted, Serwa, suspected of stealing magical items from other adventurers that are customers of the tavern. Wanted, Mika Lalishim, banned from the tavern for incessantly performing the popular Wellspring song Wall of Wonder every night. Wanted, Crash. Banned for sleeping, eating other characters' food. Sleep eating other characters' food. Okay. Wanted, Daranuli K-Flare Chaos Helm. That's quite a mouthful. Banned for gathering all the shiny tavern decorations and hiding them under the bar after drinking too much coffee. Wanted, Roz Windriver. Used magic to awaken the bar stools, which then unionized and walked out. Wanted, Infernalist Vamp. Banned for taking something every time the bartender turned away, and Andu was the one who caught him. He stole 3 stools, 1 bottle, 1 can of herbs, and broke a window on his way out. Wanted, Headless. Banned for stealing every spoon. How dare. Wanted, Quellen. Banned for taking all the fancy cups, though she swears she didn't do it. Wanted, Artemis. Banned for napping too long. Given my dog named Artemis, this checks out. Wanted, Professor Cavalia. Not a real professor. Banned for bringing trouble to the tavern, which we definitely didn't need and don't want to have again. Wanted, Phaeton. Banned for overfeeding / playing with Andu after working hours. How did she even get in here? Wanted, Sabrina. Disturbing the peace opossums and firecrackers will no longer be allowed on the premises. Wanted, Tater. Eating all the tater tots in the tavern and not leaving a good enough tip. At least that's what he thinks. He actually forgot to pay for his meal. Wanted, Earl Divinity Evergreen. Was trying to sell empty flasks, claiming it was actually a potion of invisibility. Wanted, Unknown. Banned for actively provoking bar fights between customers and then disappearing to watch the chaos somewhere else. Wanted, Wizard of Paws. Banned for causing too much chaos due to the innkeeper trying out his new catnip recipe. Wanted, Kokahuli. Banned for impersonating royalty, eating the lich's phylactery, and theft. Wanted, Oliver Moss. Banned for selling glowing magical wishing rocks. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Tavern Wanted Wall. Guestbook. The tavern is a cozy respite, great for the weary adventurer, Asmodeus Smatharian. The ginger of the north, loved by many, sought by more, Jenna B. Thank you for the cozy stay. I'll be back again after the next adventure. Joy. I shrimped in my shurney, shristed many places, but none was as shrimpy and cozy as this one. Dia. Wonderful inn, especially loved choir of singing cats directed by A. Naughty Mouse. Turquoise Spire. If you're ever alone, leave a cup out for me, and I will be there, no matter what. Meredith Alder Ellen. You always have a choice. Choose to find the good in the world. Anya. They know my favorite drink. I'll remember this tavern fondly for years to come. Takiko Nightingale. Takayo Nightingale, sorry. My Phaeton, why you and me evermore will be, bonded in time, these worlds shall see. Frozen Riverside. What a lovely tavern. I'm off to visit the unknown, but I'll be back in no time. Miro Silthar. The drinks are good, but the company while you drink is better. Solora Chevelle. Time to snuggle with a cozy drink. Lish. Love and kisses from your friendly resident Eldritch Horror. Come visit the Void sometime. An amazing visit. Need to apply these drinks to my own tavern. AG Auditor. Great food, even better drinks, and the most comforting atmosphere in Asteria. Luna Freya. Finest ale I've been served in all of Asteria, and I know what I'm talking about. Nalara. Thanks for being there to share the memories. I can't wait to see which new ones we make. Reshiv. Thanks, Innkeep, for your drinks, your courage, and the things you taught me along the way. Selly. Love is the biggest gift the gods gave us. Use it. Melando. Jax, Ukiz, I'm going with Aggie. See you later. Eliona. Making some deals while giving and taking, all for the pure souls. Edel Flintstone. To adventures of old and memories of gold and the ones that us yet await. Larandrus. Wein dir das Leben, Lemonade, Schenkt, Mach, Zitronendraus, Bork Jackdaw. Brayden was not kicked out of this bar the first time. Best tavern I've been to in years, Rorik. Kragen's the Druid was here. Remember that the end of an adventure might be naught but the opening to an even greater one. Ennis. It's a pleasure to be in a place that brings magic to life so wonderfully. Breto von Pilzazarian. My owlbear cub loved his custom robe before he ate it. Again, so sorry about that. Gwendolyn. Thanks for always providing a good place to rest my paws. Excelsior. Remember, a sharp mind makes for a sharper blade. Happy hunting and good luck. Rye S. What a great place to start your adventure, Toby. Thank you for buying my magic mismatch socks. Call the socks wizard. What a wonderful little place. Great drinks and delightful people all around. 5 out of 7. Perfect score. Inkin. Ameria, a place to lay down one's burdens. I pray you find refuge from the ever-churning tides here. Ameria. Decided to stay here after a bad fight with an owlbear. Best decision ever. Charlie Rose. No manslaughter in the tavern. Strawl. Weary traveler, may your rest fill your heart and find friendship along the way. Nyana Luna. Love will always shine. Make sure to keep your heart full. Minji. I came for an AAA meeting. Ale Adventure Atmosphere. The ale was an adventure, alright. Mr. Bland. My lovely quest maiden recommended this place, and it surpassed my expectations. Baldwin Curtains. Ah, another person looking respectfully. My non-existent master plan is working as intended. Nika. Don't be murder hobos. Parlay first. There's a red button in the room. Don't touch it. Pardas Kide. Kide, huh? Remember, never hit a Yeti with an octopus, especially during Chaos Week. Haven. Thanks to the team at Trintle Troll for creating such an awesome and inclusive game. Dragon Pancakes. Unwinding in the tavern after a long day and seeing Andu has made my day better. Thorn Bloomfield. Truly one of the coziest taverns I've visited in my travels. I'll be back someday. Pandora and Badar. Thanks for the memories, sweets, and good vibes. Team Roll Call love them all. Stay cozy, folks. Shadow Logan. Misaka Odoriki, a Kitsune Witch. What a lovely place to rest. Would love to see more mushrooms on the menu, however. Adriana. Vlad, short for Vladimir, is an unusually perceptive orange cat that joins Zara's party. Zara. You're doing amazing. Ambrose. A cup of tea here is nearly as enjoyable as spending time in the snow with my owlbear. Simferal. Apologies for the missing trinkets. Consider it a loan to your favorite rogue. Trouble. Best tavern outside of Tellurium. I've checked. Captain Norin Motos. The cat distribution system gives you a cat when you need one. I have 7 now. Mystical Rakastaja. If you wander into darkness, have a good pair of shoes and keep a light in your heart. Frog Prince 13. Luckily, I got lost and found this lovely tavern. I'll drop by again, if I can find my way back. Peanut. It was me, Korkra! I turn people to stone, but beautiful women petrify me. How do you talk with a goddess? Butch Viper. No pets for Matt. Just carry her like a purse? Hear the song of her people for 100 nights. Miet. The stay here was relaxing. Now back to my work on the clockworks. Arlo Hainsworth. The vibes are so cozy here. If you like the Viper Room, you'll love it here. Elena. Thanks to your brew, I slayed the beast, and my love and I are together again. Jinx the Marvelous. The only tavern I found that has a Kobe vibe to read my Eldritch text in. Squid Boy. Love the Wayfarer's Inn. It was weird being asked for rumors, though. Lord Artificer Zathaniel. I probably butchered that. The Tales of Tomorrow have yet to be written. Take your fate and leave your mark. James Drake, the 9th. I'm proud of you. Keep pushing forward. Kitty Hawk. The sweetest thing is to discover all little details about the people you meet in your life. Lena. It's the best crew I could have hoped for, and to the adventures yet to come. Mylius Hydroom. Hey, does anyone know if that ginger nobleman is single? If you ever read this, please reply. Unsigned. Team Menace for life. Sparkle Gem. We've a long journey and we'll remember the warmth these drinks brought us. For Quoblin, Lotus Quill. Stayed a while, listened, and loved this cozy tavern. Happy travels, adventurers. I Jade. A junker and a wizard meet at a con. one leg, 3 days, 7 years later, they're married. Jolene and Wolf. Guess I got lucky finding this place. They even make changes for platinum pieces. Tilna. 1 Yakult, 1 lemon lime soda, splash blue curacao or grenadine. You're welcome. Grubbin snacks. The nachos are to die for. Ninja Amaya. No. Hope you like this cozy place as much as me. Thank you so much for being your friend. Love and cherish you, Nana. Today we begin a magical journey full of blossoming memories that we will never forget. Sakura. Yeah, I'm just like reading the wall and the guest book because that's to support the Kickstarters. So I want to do that because I did do the Kickstarter. I didn't do one of these. I could not afford it, but I want to support it. Finished my manuscript here, but Andu ate it. 5 out of 5 stars. Jossie. Annabelle Crystalline, aka the Crystal Palm. But not any life gets to you? Remember the theater of the mind. Fantasy first. Carwell the mage. I came in hoping to find sweet drinks, but the company was all the sweetness I needed. Jawbreaker. How many pages of these? Oh my goodness. There's 32 pages. I can do this. Thanks for the drink. Buy us what flyer and for letting us know who we are. Or letting us be who we are. Lorena. Just woke up and we don't know how we got here, but the drinks are great. Rin and Kev. Before you go on a long journey, bring something small from home. It calms the nerves. Doldrick Oath. Hey people, enjoy the game and make drinks for the patrons, and please fade Andu. Grim. Don't forget to be as kind to yourself as you would with others. Kinria. I enjoyed my stay, even if my familiar tried to eat the place out of fish. Sorry! Karma Luna. I teach draconic etiquette to anyone interested. Look for me. Cavalia the Traveler. Love you forever, Erica, along with our troublemakers Nix and Dolly. Cheers to another year. Sir Conrad. I left the cats behind. Velvetaven. How dare! This place brought me friends, lovers, a start to my adventures, and a home to come back to. Yavi. Life's a book and we're all pages. We'll get crumpled, torn, but together we write a tale. Lighter. Thank you for the drinks and laughs. Oceana 13. The goose approves of frozen water after chasing the lost adventurers in the forest. Tintin. 10 out of 10. Try the purple hazelnut sour with a lot of bubbles and berries. Mysterious green squirrel. Your ginger chili beer is awesome. We'll return regularly. Weird data. Traveler Leia. Helped with my quest. Fun combos and great drinks. 11 out of 10. We'll come back for Andu alone. Astrocloud. Thanks for the opportunity and everything you taught me. Don't know where else I would be today. Andre P. Dead by Ginger was here. So long and thanks for all the fish. T2P. Let the fire in your heart burn your mark into this world. Lot Vanfield. Came for the drinks, stayed for the Hoglin solos. Pip the Cobalt. Until we meet again, Leia and Luke. I'll rise from the ashes and join this marvelous adventure, but first, tell me your story, Zenobia. A cozy inn to rest in after a long adventure. Glad someone recommended it. Sausage the Adventurous. To the person reading this, you are, and always will be, beautiful, fabulous, and awesome. Ketros. I've been visiting other inns hoping to find kindred keepers. I hope to have a chat someday. Raylan. The menu needs war wyvern meat. Kavajoran. I'm about to do something really funny. Andu, my baby, I'm coming. Purpal. Prince Neros, Princess Anthea, Leof, and Rosia were here. Delicious drinks and friendly folk. Always love to come here. Staff is great. Good stories and drinks are amazing. Marshall. I request a big and strong bouncer for my casino. Find me at the Stacked Decks Casino. Alex Fate. We are currently accepting applications for anyone who wishes to become a dream demon. Gastfinger. Sorry about the chickens. Kalia Rain. Whether it's a tea, Earl Grey, hot, or an enchantment, you always deliver. Kiori Belmont. Was hired a pest spotter. Would do it again. Thanks for the treat and take care. Meke. This cozy tavern's yours and mine. The staff's a delight and the drink's divine. Mincha Latachim. I have to bring my friends from the Peg Leg crew through here for some drinks. Brumir Jesu. Good drinks, good company. Had a fine time here with my friends. Sorry we broke the chair. Nemesis. Beer is good, service is good, rooms are relaxing. I give it the 505 approval. Bam Bam 4275. Foster curiosity and kindness in yourself and others, in that order. All great conversations start with a warm welcome and a great drink. Riku the Dino. The danger of adventure is worth 1,000 days of ease and comfort. Smoke Drake Cleaver. Write your own fate or someone else will write it for you. Miski. Take care of yourself first so you can be kinder to yourself and others. Yuki. Pomegranates are always in season. Nebulolo. I'm gonna go back later and write some of these in my quotes. I think these are good. Not that anybody ever checks my quotes, but I'm gonna write them there. Came for the tasty drinks, stayed for the cozy vibes. Brookveer Scalebound. It's quite a pleasure to meet you all, Kasumi Agato. Visited by Puff, the Dryad with so many lives. Enjoy your stay and don't be afraid of the dark. We're just chilling and providing comfort. Shady. Make sure to have time for yourself on your journey. Self-care is important. Ink Goodman. Sorry my Griffith ate those cushions. He says they were delicious. Keldok Barin. This is the best tavern. They have the best tea. Keep up the good work. Destiny, the Grave Cleric. Always remember to bring warmth with the light. Rage Stonebreaker. Perfect place to talk to people. No one ever suspects they're your next target. Possible assassin. The die is cast. Do not lose the sight of the stars. Near-Sania. Drinks helped me on my quest, but I tasted that the innkeep had skimped on the good stuff. Roxix. Nothing better than a party with the party after a long quest. Marcy Mallow. My stay was lovely. I was even able to stop by Minthy's library. Serbina Flavor. Teleport to the infernal plains misfired. Not the worst place to show up, though. Thanks, Dawn. One of the best places for a tea party with Faze. It was simply magical. Affinia. 2 year victories past and adventures to come. May you have all that you need and then some. Quincy. It's only a felony if you get caught. Rachel. Through dangers, I fought my way to this inn to taste the legendary cocktails. Radof the Wanderer. Sending love from the Juniper Cafe. Can't wait to visit again. Ria. Always love to perform here. The Madrigals and I enjoy the tea, treats, and hospitality. Tor Ferrum. Friends apart, bound by heart. As their journey is complete, at the inn they'll meet. Rob the Rogue. Stronger together, Tommy and Leia. Goblins tried karaoke. Inn now soundproof. Good luck, next guest. Magoshi. You know, friends are a lot like steaks. A good friend is rare. Zeodrim. Robert the Kaiser casts sugar dew spells, so you'll find the secrets and make it through the dungeon. One of the most pleasant taverns I've ever visited on my journey through time and space. Dalinor. I stole all the towels, and sorry for the fire. All in all, very enjoyable stay. Rose Machina. Come for the drinks, stay for the company. Compliments to the innkeeper. Ryan Fair, aspiring wizard. Nonsin was here. Real bona fide barkeep. Drinks equals spine tingling and gas equals jaw dropping. Your friendly necromancer. Only those that are weak-minded refuse to be influenced by art, literature, and poetry. Wyvern. The saddest experience in life is losing our sense of empathy to pain, fear, and loss. Shadow Alpha. Travel and you never know what you'll find. Excitement is waiting just around the corner. So are Oki. This is the best tavern in the area if you're looking to relax and have a good time. Boy does. Together at last, Deidre Evanwing and Velasco Diablo. Check if your drink is meant to leave a tingling sensation. It's not magic, just allergies. Marrow. 92 during my stay. I hope to come back. Lovely regards, QSM. Thanks for the good times, and remember the music and the stars and your heart. Starin. I finally managed to sneak my pet Dusty in. Wait, why don't the innkeeper read this? Arcana Recca. Gladria has chosen Hajura, Titan, Dante, Sorsha, and Stallion. Wish you all safe travel on your adventure. Tom and Greta survived the darkest dungeon. The hot chocolate is an insider tip. Good talks with a good beer are essential here. Baron Edgin. Tony, tender tamer of dragons. I killed an ancient lich and all I got was a gift card for a free drink. Worth it. Dakayas Ravenfell. Thanks for delicious drinks. We'll visit again after clearing my hunting grounds. Emoyini. Loves our lamb dishes. Do not chase away our staff. Does not chase away our staff. Likes to be left alone. Silver unicorn. I'd have stayed longer, but time keeps ticking, you know. Keep the passions burning, Lyria Vanders. As a monk, I try not to be tempted by magic drinks, but I would bring my friend here, Hayate. Can't talk now, there's food. Zero render. Truly a magical feast for the stomach and the eyes. I hope to return one day soon, Mira. Thanks for all the warm fuzzies. May thine inn always remain warm and cozy. Love, Shadowkeeper. I thought this was my journal. Who are the other people in here? Hello, other people. Atka Amber Eye. Hey, you're doing great. Zyra. Toast to this tavern where tales weave like crochet threads. Here's to friendship and adventure. To Stu, landlord of the Waycross Inn. You'd like this place. Seems like your smiling bag. Pint? S. If you see a 3-foot-tall dark elf, alert me. Answers to Gids and short rounds. Mitten Yardu. I'd love to visit this tavern again with my chaotically competent friends next time. Vague Kalpazim. A big thank you to everyone involved in help making this tavern a very special place. Gentle Troll. Now that we have read the guest book and the wanted wool, we are ready to enter the tavern. I needed some hydration after that. Alright. Language English, text speed's fine. Yeah, yep. I don't have a controller. Yeah, I like that better. Alright. Oh, yeah. 3 saves. I'm gonna go to She-Her.
Once upon a time in a world far, far away. In a realm ruled by dragons and magic. Well, actually, it was this land specifically. Not that far away. Let me start over. Once upon a time, somewhere in Gaia. Not that far away. There was a tavern. My tavern. A place for anyone looking for an adventure or a quick refreshment. A place open to everybody. Even jackdaws, I suppose. But I'm not just your typical innkeeper. My drinks are infused with magic to aid ambitious adventurers on their quests. To make sure they always return victorious. Big shoes to fill, I know. Then again, what's the worst that could happen?
That's never a good thing. Hi, Innkeep. How's it going? All fine and dandy? Can't complain. How about you, Fable? All fine and dandy? Yes. Yes! All fine and dandy. I had such an exciting day. Really, really exciting. Did you go on an adventure? Even better! I took a rock around the grove, and then I replanted a mushroom that had fallen over. Then, I patiently waited for it to turn into a mushroom monster, or a mushroom mimic. Maybe a gnome? Did it? No. But I got to take another walk around the grove. How was it? Great. I got to see the same stones, the same trees, the same Amaranthian Hydra guarding the entrance to Avalon, the same moss. I even got to water the asters. They didn't really need it, but I was there, so... Sounds very exciting. Who am I kidding? My life is as exciting as a roasted nut. Nuts are healthy, very thrilling in sauces or as a snack. There are various types of nuts. Walnuts, peanuts, hazelnuts. I'm allergic. Oh. I didn't know that. Oh, no worries. I mean, I never told you. And hey, at least something would happen if I ate a nut, just not something very fun. Anaphylactic shock and all that. Does that count as an adventure? No. I think that counts as a mistake. So, what you're saying is you're missing some spice. Oh no, no. I have a very sensitive stomach. I don't think chilies would help me much. Though I'm very good at growing phoenix chilies. I was talking about the spice in your life. Ah! Oh, that's what you meant. Well, yes? Yes, exactly. That's it. There's no chili flakes, no garlic, no dragons? Just a lot of salt. I'm like a bland soup. Hello, Jackdaw in the background. I see you up there. So, a classic case of boredom. I see. Do you know that feeling when nothing exciting is going on in your life? Like, life isn't bad, but also not particularly fun? Have you tried adding some zest to your soup? Huh? Drama, buzz, excitement, something fiery. Go to the theater, or gala, arrive in a hot air balloon. A hot air balloon? Don't they fly up really high? Yes, I think that's the point. I'm afraid of heights, and of people, and of actors. But apart from that, I'm trying. I tried singing, but what is singing if not the telling of a tale? How can I sing of things if I never lived through anything? What do you mean? Well, day in, day out, I live the same green soup of routines. Sure, I have my forest and I look after it, but I want to get out there and see something. Like, for example, listen to the song I started writing. I wish to be a hero, slaying mighty drakes. I wish to meet a pretty nymph, resting by the lakes. A pretty nymph? That's pretty daring. Or, that sounds like a good song opening to me. That sounds like a good song opening to me. Oh, really? You think so? Well, perhaps it has a nice flow to it. But nothing actually happens in it, because all I do is sit around and wish for things to happen. I don't even know what nymphs do. I've never met one. Taxes, maybe? No, I don't think so. I would love to sing about the exciting magical things I encounter. But to be honest, the most exciting thing in my life is coming to your tavern and discovering new drinks. Fable Verifina is a ranger taking care of the Ashen Grove. They're a sweet and gentle soul and a regular at the Wayfarer's Inn. They dream of being an adventurer, but are troubled by some severe anxiety about, well, everything really. Their nut allergy problem probably doesn't help either. Not a lot of songs you can write about that. I wouldn't mind a jingle. I'll think of one. Can I mention nymphs? I'd prefer if you didn't. Okay, maybe one day I'll get to offer them their own jingle. In the meantime, can I offer you a drink? Yes, I'd love a drink. The usual? Yes, please. That means a swift strike, in case you forgot. Thank you for the reminder, Fable. It's my favorite. It always makes me feel like a featherlight nymph floating on the waves of a sunny lake. Do you want to be with a nymph or be the nymph? Both? But mostly I want a swift strike. Message received. Although, I was wondering... I've been coming to your tavern for so long and I still don't know anything about how you make your drinks. Could you show me? Yes, please. Really? Yes. What should I do? Do I need to put on an apron or summon a familiar? How do I summon a familiar? Just follow me. Welcome to my drink mixing nook. So this is what it looks like back here. Hello, Andu. Careful, I haven't fed him yet. Where do we start? Well, usually I start by figuring out what my patrons want. To make sure I don't forget what they ordered, I take notes in my journal. Let's have a look. Oh, you pinned my order. I did. If I want to look for specifics, I check my detailed notes. I do keep a log just in case. When I'm sure I know what was asked for me, I browse my recipes. Can't you just freehand mix something and see what sticks? No. I like to mix and match for a more varied result, but the right balance is crucial, so I stick to my recipes. When I've settled on one, I can use the chalk to draw on the board. What if you pick the wrong one? I can either erase it with the sponge or just pick a different recipe. My ingredients are stored in the 5 bottles on the right. There's dexterity, intelligence, defense, strength, and charisma. I think dexterity sounds the tastiest. I had a feeling you might say that. If I mess up or want to redo my drink for any other reason, I can simply feed my mistakes to Andu. Once I'm done, I ring the bell to activate the primordial vortex. Actually, I don't need to bore you with the magical details. Just try making a drink. You've got this. You can pet Andu now. Ah! The shiny eyes. Oh my goodness. Okay. How do I do this again? Oh, dang it. That's not what I wanted to do. How do I pour it? I seem to remember having trouble figuring this out the first time. How do I pour it? This is what I need. There we go. 1, 2, 3. I did it. Wow, it actually does teleport. Of course it does. When did you think it was happening? I thought you were just very good at sleight of hand. I see. Well, give your creation a taste. That's delicious. I made that? You made that. Thank you for showing me the ropes. Thank you for your enthusiasm. These adventures you dream of, aren't you scared they'd be the end of you? Andu deserves all the cuddles. You are not wrong. Maybe, but how would I know if I never try? Do you actually want to try? Well, yes, I want to tell great stories, but what? Never mind. How can I help you? A drink. For you? Right. What kind? Drinkable. Very specific. Thank you. How about a spoken heart? Some charisma couldn't hurt. Sure, whatever. Sweet and sparkling in taste, the spoken heart will bring your deepest feelings bubbling to the surface. Your newfound sincerity, confidence, and many heartfelt words will work wonders in boosting your persuasive abilities. A charismatic boost, great for bards and emotionally repressed individuals. Good boy, Andu. Oh, the sparkly ice! Okay. This should be digestible. Maybe even tasty. Thanks. Almost washes away the memory of that banshee haunting the lonesome lagoon at night. And her bone-shattering song of sorrow. Almost. A banshee is haunting the lonesome lagoon, wailing a song that will shatter your bones. Hopefully, hyperbole. Alright. The brooding type, I see. What are you thinking about, Fable? Just dreams. Yours or someone else's. Mine. Other people seem to have the courage to follow theirs. Why can't I be like that? Isn't that up to you? I wish it was. My brother says my dreams are a fool's errand, that I'm running away from where I belong. We are rangers, Fable. We belong to the woods like the stream that ripples down the mountain. We're the birds in the trees. We keep the balance. It's what we're meant to do. And is that what you want to do? Yes. No. Not really. I want to experience things outside the safe borders of the forest. I want to live a life so full of adventure, boredom will feel like bliss. I want to be brave and strong. And I want to sing songs about my adventures that will make other people yearn for that same freedom. Of course, I could never leave the Ashen Grove behind forever. It's my home. But there's nothing wrong with going away from time to time, right? I mean, my brother looks after the Grove, as well as my sisters. I think it'd be fine without me. Then you should do what your heart desires. Will it stop aching then? Will it stop aching then? I think so, yes. What if it's wrong to leave, though? What if destiny never meant for me to leave? What if it did? That would be a dream come true. Be your own genie, Fable. Your adventures start with you. Thank you, Innkeeper. You really are the most exciting part of my day. Greetings, traveler. How may I help you? You own this establishment, Innkeep? Last time I checked. Humph. With whom do I have the pleasure? The name's Carolyn. You can call me Care, or Lynn. Couldn't care less. Nice to meet you, Care. Lynn. What can I do for you? Perhaps something to drink? You do the thing with the quests, right? So they say. Do you want one? You can have a look at my notice board. No quest for me, but I may have one for you, or your notice board. Tell me more. Heard of a werewolf making trouble up in Trigarin? Terrorizing farmers, tearing sheep apart, the whole program. A werewolf? That's news to me. Vukakin Carolyn told me about a werewolf who is roaming around Trigarin, potential threat to villagers. Listen, me too. Didn't see you in almost a decade, and that was far south in Ereva. Been wondering if it's the same one, just moving up like a nomad. I thought the werewolf hype died along with that one romance novel. Ugh, you mean the one with the vampires? Think so. Nah, that just split society into two camps, Team Werewolf or Team Vampire. Which one are you, Innkeep? Depends on the werewolf and the vampire, but I guess I'll go with werewolf? Is it the fur or the pecs? Neither. Questionable experiences with the other camp more so. I'm itching to ask for details. Don't. How about you? Wouldn't you like to know? Yes, that's why I asked. Keep guessing. Has anyone ever told you you could pass as a werewolf? Yes, all the time, at least twice a day. Only downside of looking like a wolf is getting mistaken for one. I see. Is that why you don't want to take care of the werewolf yourself? Yes. No. I'm just afraid he might look a little too much like my Uncle Dragon. Would feel bad slaying that fella. You know, hunchback, prairie, crooked teeth. Is that a werewolf or just Uncle Dragon? You can't tell. Same fate befell Aunt Olga. I'm sorry to hear that. Nah, that hag had it coming. Never fall behind your grooming schedule, and before you know it, the next wannabe Van Helsing will strike you down with a silver arrow. Do the Van Helsings also hunt werewolves? Don't know. Don't care enough to check. Either way, that's Southern Werewolf, yeah? Right. Anything else that might help others get done with it rather swiftly? Fetch. Pardon me? Should they get into a dangerous situation, they'll just have to start playing fetch. That works. On any dog. Trust me. I know I can combine rumors somehow. I don't remember how. Good to know. Thanks, Care. Lynn. It's not that hard. Either Carolyn, Care, or Lynn. Gotcha, Care. Alright, Chief. You got the name, or is it just Innkeep? Just Innkeep for now. Playing hard to get, I see. Well, Innkeep, then before I venture on, you've got a drink for me? Of course. What would you like? I'll take something powerful, something with a whole lot of strength. And don't you dare get me into that watered-down muck instead. Alright, let's see what I got. Yeah, it's gonna be this one. The Southern Brawler is the perfect combination of offense and defense, dominated by the piquant aroma of Ignis. This drink is served fiery hot or ice cold, depending on the kind of fight you're looking for. Good boy, Andu. A drink with 0 water, as requested. Not bad. Just what I was craving. Thanks. Oh, look at the blush. Where will we head from here? Perhaps back west, through the Ocean Grove. Got some business to take care of. What kind of business? Personal business. Care to elaborate? No. But you won't stop asking until I do, will ya? No. My cousin claims her crops are being stolen by undead snails. Obviously, I'm pretty sure she's hallucinating. But I did hear some folks complaining about an undead diptych in the west, so might as well humor her. And make sure she hasn't turned into an undead snail herself? Something like that. Yeah. It's odd, ain't it? Resurrecting the dead. Certainly unconventional. That's one way to put it. I think there's not much use digging up the past. It's just gonna open wounds you stapled shut. Or eat your face. The past haunts everyone willing to listen. Would you mind talking like a normal person? I ain't exactly up for philosophizing. You started this conversation, and I'm ending it. Alright, well then. If you find any more rumors for me, or if you need aid, don't shy away from coming back. I'm more of a lone wolf, don't do groups, but sure, for more work, I'll be back. I'll be waiting. Ah, hey, here we're gonna learn. Kara is a strong and fearless beast slayer with a taste for strong drinks, big swords, and even bigger muscles. She despises small talk in any way or form, and understandably for her, keeps her distance from werewolves. Wouldn't like being mistaken for one either. Speaking of rumors, you know how to turn them into a proper quest, right? Don't want them to go to waste. I could use some help. Fine, I guess I've got a few minutes. Let me see your setup. This is where I sort all the rumors I've collected. I also keep them written down in my journal so I don't forget. Smart. Think the best next step would be sorting the match and snippets on your quest page. Just drag them over and make sure they're all for the same quest. Otherwise, you'll end up confusing adventurers. Once you're done, select that quill of yours and it'll be written up. Got it? Got it. Thank you for your help, Care. Put it on my tab. That's not how that works. Good night to you too. Alright then, let's assemble this quest. A werewolf on detours. A reticent Kakin passed by the Wayfarer's Inn, reporting a werewolf making their up to Tregarin from Arrowhead. They pose a potential threat to both helpless sheep and the villagers. Apparently, werewolves love playing fetch. Are you brave enough to take on this quest and save Tregarin from this werewolf mayhem? PET ANDU. Sweep, sweep, sweep. Turn out the lights. "58 of the wake. Start day. Oh, stretchy, stretchy, stretchy. What do you have there, Fable? I found this on your notice board. It says a werewolf is terrorizing Tregarin. Is that true? It is indeed. Have you sent anyone after it yet? Maybe that hooded guy from yesterday? Not yet. What kind of hero are you, looking for? One who knows their way around difficult terrain, woods even. Preferably one who is good with a bow. One who tells me that they want the quest. Ah, I am good with bow. Yes, Fable. And I know my way around any woods. I know, Fable. And maybe I want the quest? Just maybe. No, not just maybe. Stop pooping in my head. Since yesterday, all I've been able to think about is you telling me to follow my heart. And then I step into your tavern and the quest practically jumps out at me and I think, hey, there's a start for an adventure. It's near a forest. You know forests. You live in a forest. And werewolves are basically just normal wolves, but slightly scarier because they're also humans. But you've talked to humans before. And you got silver arrows for your birthday last year, and they're just collecting dust in your room. And And I thought I could ask you if anyone had taken it yet. And then... I didn't think that far ahead. I see. Or rather, I did, but then I thought, what if I take the quest? Then I have to go on the quest. And I have to fight the werewolf. Or talk to the werewolf. Which is worse. Because if the werewolf... What if the werewolf doesn't like me? And what if when I try to shoot it with my silver arrow, I miss and shoot a tree instead? And then the tree would be mad at me. But it wouldn't really matter because I'd be dead because of the werewolf. That took a quick turn. So maybe I should put the quest back? Fable? Yes. Do you want me to tell you to take the quest? Maybe. I can't make that decision for you. Neither can I. Whenever I have to make a difficult decision, it's like I freeze in place. And suddenly I'm unable to move until someone makes the decision for me. Like a slime. A frozen slime. A frozen slime that can't move. Let me just click my quests really quick. I've met slimes less anxious than you. You've met slimes? My tavern is open to everyone. Oh, right. What do slimes drink? Water. More slime. Sometimes bones. You sell bones? Only to slimes. Ah. Maybe you'll be able to add my bones to your menu soon. You'll just have to pick them up from the forest floor. I think I'd have a hard time convincing a werewolf to give up free bones. Why are you so anxious, Fable? In general? I think answering that would take up more time than we have to spare. About taking the quest, it seems to me that you want to take it, but you're trying to talk yourself out of it instead. Oh, well, I do want to go on that quest. Werewolves may not be the best muses, but it would make a good start for a song, right? The prelude of an epic, Fable, the protector of the woods, the world, the worms. The worms? They seem like they need protecting. But every time I think about embarking on a quest, and I start to think more deeply about what might happen, all my bones start to shake and I feel dizzy. Is there something making you feel like you might fail? Aside from the bloodthirsty werewolf? We don't know what it's thirsty for. It might prefer orange juice. It might. Well, heroes have history, right? Great feats they can look back on to prove their bravery. Inspirational adventures that remind them of the light and the dark. I have the opposite of that. Great mistakes and epic regrets. Like the Mari Morgan incident. Or my first encounter with the Amaranthian Hydra. Or the reason why nobody wants to spend time with me. Mari Morgan incident? Yes, the Mari Morgan incident. Didn't you hear about that? Oh, thank Gaia, word didn't get around. It was my first adventure, the chance to finally escape from the daily grind. What happened? An adventuring party was on their way, passing through the Ashen Grove. Due to the Sylvan spirits, it gets fairly foggy at night, and the fog bears great danger to anyone who isn't acquainted with the spirits who call it home. So they wanted guidance from a local ranger. A merchant up in Tregarin recommended me. I agreed to help, of course. My first adventure, yay! I was so excited, but also very, very nervous. So of course it had to go wrong. I think it was the nerves. Why were you so nervous? New people, seasoned adventurers, one stronger than the next, all in shiny armor and armed to the teeth. I wanted to leave a good impression, but my bad luck got in the way. How did it go wrong? I felt their condescending glares on my back as I walked them through the woods. Of course, I don't know whether they actually glared, but my fear got a hold of me and I led them astray. I must have blacked out. I've never got lost in the woods before. But this time I did. I couldn't see well. There was the blood rushing in my ears and I felt dizzy. So, for some stupid reason, I led them along a path no one should ever take. Past the riverbanks of the Shivermere, home to the Mari Morgan. You know of the Mari Morgan, right? The wrathful spirit that's known to drown men? Not sure if she really differentiates between genders, though. For some stupid reason, I led them right into her arms. I got scared, and in the end, they had to save me. They fought the creature, and we finally found a way out when dawn broke. And the fog ebbed away. I couldn't look at them for the rest of the journey, and I silently bid my farewells when we reached the other side of Ashen Grove. I was too embarrassed to speak. I'm sure I'm still the laughingstock of every one of their gatherings. How am I ever supposed to set foot in the adventuring world again? To be fair, it could have been worse. I could have led them right into the arms of the wyvern Chimera that resides in the Quagman Grove. They say it has a taste for adventurers. But you didn't. But I didn't. Your first encounter with the Hydra? Well, just the day after it arrived to guard the portal to the Dreamplane Avalon. I wanted to be polite and neighborly, so I brought it some homemade biscuits. I burned them a little in the oven, but I thought since it had fire breath, it wouldn't mind. So I approached the Amaranthian Hydra, and I have this whole speech prepared about how I'm looking forward to having it around, and how its green scales match my hat. But it was so tall and intimidating, I forgot all about what I wanted to say, so I just set down the biscuits and smiled awkwardly. It looked at my biscuits and then at me, and it said, "By the rivers of the stars stands a man who reads the firmament's past. Some things are as sturdy as the gilded ice. Some things as changing as Leviathan's sea. All chimeras hate mice. All hydras love tea." I thought to myself, wow, the Amaranthian Hydra has given me a riddle. A quest. Maybe this shall be my first adventure. But I couldn't figure out the answers, so I left, and I tried to solve the riddle for 3 days. I was too ashamed to step foot in front of it again, lest it know that I was not worthy of its wisdom. But then I couldn't take it anymore, and I ran back, apologized, and begged it for the answer. Turns out that's just how it speaks. It wanted tea. Did you get it some? Yes. Then you completed its quest. 3 days late. If I had needed an antidote, it would have died. Would-haves are about as useful as an antidote when you haven't been poisoned. They change nothing. I suppose you have a point. Why does no one want to spend time with you? Because I'm unlucky. I'm unlucky, and whenever good things are supposed to happen, I ruin them. No matter how easy things might be, nothing seems to be easy for me. I imagine there's one nail sticking out in the whole kingdom. Everyone would pass by it, except for me. I'd get caught on it and rip my coat. Did that happen once? Once? I wish it had been just once. It seems like my whole life only follows the path that's the most embarrassing. Or dangerous. Or dangerously embarrassing. The curse of ill luck follows me wherever I go, like an adventuring companion who secretly wants to kill you. No one wants to hang out with someone who naturally attracts bad things. You're too harsh on yourself, Fable. Am I? See, just last week I wanted to gather flesh flowers. The daffodils are blooming, and they make for a nice bouquet, you know. Or hair accessories. They always calm my anxiety when I have them around. But me being me, I confuse them with their evil twin, the Weeping Amaryllis. Now guess what I spent the whole day afterwards doing? Weeping? Like a baby all day long. When I plucked them, they released their spores, and I started crying. I suddenly felt all the sadness of the world rush over me. I've never been so heartbroken. I'm sorry. That sounds horrible, Fable. It was. Between the tears and the sobs, I managed to make a tincture out of hogweed. It eased the pain, but the tears wouldn't stop until dawn. I'm so silly sometimes. There's nothing wrong with picking flowers. There is if they're the wrong flowers. Imagine if I had offered them to the adventurers, or even worse, the Hydra. That would have been so embarrassing. I don't think gifting others flowers to make them a little happier is embarrassing. And it would have made for a good story to laugh about together. I don't think they would have laughed about it with me, more at me. Maybe they would laugh with you if you chose not to run away. You seem to assign a cruel sense of humor to people that haven't actually shown you such a thing yet. Not everyone thinks about you the way you think about yourself. That's a good one. Writing that down for my quote books. be nice. Innkeeper? Yes. Do you like spending time with me? Yes, Fable, I do. Ah! No! I did not mean it. No! I answered the wrong way. I didn't mean that, Fable. I'm sorry. Even if I get tired of their complaining sometimes. So don't worry too much about it. I'll keep listening to your stories, and I'll keep making you drinks. I don't... How do I... I can't change that. No! So let's keep these charades going. Alright, I'm so upset. I'm so upset. I'm so upset. I think I'm very upset with myself right now. I'm restarting my game. Okay, I'm almost there, and I'm gonna choose it correctly this time. And I am not. I'm going to be much more careful with my clicks. My choices. Really? Of course. Seeing your face in my tavern brightens even the cloudiest of days. Please never stop coming around. I won't. You make me feel a lot less alone. Thank you. That's because you're not alone. Not as long as my tavern and I are here. You better not go anywhere. Not planning on it. Anyhow, you seem to be very insecure. I think that's the biggest problem here. But how can I not be when everything I touch falls apart? You know that isn't true. You're right. I'm a great gardener. Everything grows around me, but I just seem to get smaller. Except zucchinis. I can't figure out how to grow those. So in a way, I'm like a zucchini. I'm insecure because I don't know what I'm capable of. You'll have to find that out then. Like on a quest, for example. Don't you think I'm a little underleveled? Do you think that will change by sitting around? I guess not. Someone has to help those people, right? What if I don't, and then no one else comes around? What if I'm the only chance they've got? But what if I'm not? What if there's someone better? The best thing you can do is try to help them. So what if another adventurer swings by, and they're able to make the situation better? Isn't that a good thing? 4 hands are better than 2, and who knows, you might even end up forming a party. Oh. And besides, if it's a perfect hero they want, they'll be waiting forever. I didn't think about it like that. Maybe I shouldn't decide to give up before I even try. After all, I am a very fast runner, so if I screw up, I can just run away real quick. That's the spirit. Okay, I Fable, great gardener, and, future hero. Charmer of Nymphs, am going to embark on this quest and save the villagers, and I shall return victorious. Did I do it right? Yes. Good job. I leave the quest in your capable hands, brave adventurer. Would you like a drink to aid you on your journey? Yes. Do you have something that can make me more nimble and quiet so the werewolf won't see me coming? Something with a lot of dexterity. If I want to fight it, I'm gonna need that surprise round advantage. Or maybe something that can help me with diplomacy? Perhaps it's just a hungry lost Lycan after all, and it only needs a pep talk and a hug. Maybe we could even be friends. But I would need something with a lot of charisma for that. I will leave the choice up to you. Just make sure you don't pick a random recipe. Please keep it to one of the abilities I asked for. Remember, your choice can influence my fate. It could change the entire outcome of this quest. But of course, I'm sure you're already aware of that. Sorry for backseat mixing. So, wait. Which one's charisma? Is Cantio. So, this crown. So I can use Spoken Heart or Sparkling Nebula. I think we're gonna go with Spoken Heart. It's the highest charisma. One, two, three. And then one. And one. Yeah, good job, Andu. You did good. You did good. You did good. This should do it. Thank you. I feel much better. Braver. But farming? No, wait, that sounds like I'm tending to a farm. There are a lot of farmers in Trigarin, and I'm going to protect them all. Or talk to them until they feel better. I'm sure they could use that too. I just hope I don't have to fight anyone. No, I'll be okay. Because of your help, I'll be able to talk myself out of any situation. Thank you again. I think this drink gave me the courage I needed to get started. You got this, Fable. I'll try. Have some faith in yourself. Okay, I got this. Much better. Oh, I almost forgot. I was thinking about how much your words helped me yesterday, and how I'd have to thank you properly if I never did end up taking a quest, So, I brought you some phoenix chilies from my garden. They seem like something you might enjoy. They possess natural and magical properties. If you plant them in the right soil, they can grow to be fire resistant. And consumption can pass that on to mortals like us? Exactly. I thought they might go well with your drinks. They will. Thank you, Fable. That's a very thoughtful gift. Since I'm waiting for another shipment of infusions in a few days, I'll take a look at them all together later. Of course! I'm glad you like them. Maybe I'll order a drink with some next time. But first, I have to complete my quest. I'll see you post-victory! I hope Fable will be alright. I wonder what path their fate took. Maybe a zesty one. I hope I was able to help. You again. Me again. And who are you? Someone who wants a drink. What kind? Drink. Yes, I get it. Could you try being more specific? That Spoken Heart one tasted fine. Thank you. Third Spoken Heart of the game. Spoken Heart, just for you. Maybe it will help you find some more words. Good attempt. Perfectly drinkable. Might make me come back for more. Might not. Thank you. Enjoy. Charming. careful. You'll step on my cape. Oh, shush. Greetings, travelers. How may I help you? Ugh, not another one of those empty babblers. I can confidently say I'm all but empty. That's what they all say. Seems like they've given me more dialogue options than most, but that don't convince me just yet. I'm sorry, I don't understand. Of course not. Probably forgot to give you enough intellect. Would surprise me if there was actually a brain inside that skull. I'm sure there is. Have you checked? No, but I can assure you, I'm different from your average background character. Sure. I must agree, you look much more delicious than they usually do. Thank you. Though, I should let you know, I am not on the menu. Don't worry too much about him. He's a tad quirky. I see. That thing on your shoulder, is it quirky too? What thing? Ah! My cape! Your cape? That's not his cape. That green fell on his shoulder is an ooze, or what's left of it. And the rest of it is on you. Aye, pretty tough to clean off. May I ask how that happened? Ye just did. Maybe I can offer you two a drink in exchange for the story and your names? Yes, I love stories. Well then, may I have your name? No, but I shall tell it to you. I'm Sir Alphonse Louis Frederick Ducat Dusagne. It's long for Kyle. Kyle? Kyle. Well, Kyle, what kind of drink can I offer you? Blood! Or if you're out, I would also settle for something that tastes like blood. Or looks like it. Red is my favorite color. I'll look for something with red in it. Alright. So. Probably this one then. Because it does specify. Like, technically I feel like this one would also work, but it does have the sword thingy. One, two, three, one, one. Some almost blood for you, sir. Oh, thank you very kindly. That looks delicious. It also tastes delicious. Very alive. Maybe as a chaser you could let me have a bite? No. Okay. And to whom may I offer the second drink? Rhea Frostgrave. Nice to meet. Yeah. Skip. Just serve me something strong. Something that feels durable. Tough like a mountain or the caves of Ur. One of those frosted lagoons looks close enough. Coming right up. Frosted Lagoon protects you from any physical and spiritual harm and cools you down on even the hottest of summer days. It even offers additional UV protection. What more could you ask for? 1, 2, 3, and then 1 sword and 1 charisma. A taste of Ur just for you, valued customer number 2. Oh. Are you hitting the placeholder text? Let me try. I see you are many things, but not a liar. Tastes like a pile of rocks, just how I'd like it. So, Rhea, Kyle, what about that ooze-filled story? Fine, guess you've earned it. Alright, picture me deep in the mountains of Dulvamere, with my trusty axe and a good drink by my side. There I was, minding my own business, digging for the good stuff, you know. Hit a gold vein earlier, and deemed myself the luckiest dwarf of all time. Had a real big pile of gold. Then suddenly, this big ooze comes along and... gone it was. This is a very boring story. Perhaps we could go looking for my cape now? It's nearly sunrise. And? The sun kills ye? Oh, right. Did the ooze also eat the cape? Unlocked a new rumor. Quirky vampire seems to be looking for his cape. He seems a bit confused. Wanted to go for a stroll in the sun. Yes. No. Oh. Anyways, I wouldn't call myself the best warrior, but when that ooze slurped me gold, I had to do something. So I took me shovel, and dug, and hit, and dug, and hit, until there wasn't nothing left of the ooze no more. Well, almost nothing. So, did you dig out your gold? Silly food, she dug out me! And guess what he was clinging on to? The gold? Oh yes! A big gold nugget. Should be enough to get me to Barovia. And perhaps it can even get me a dandy new cape. I don't think so, Sunshine. We had a deal. Ah, we did? Please allow me to ask a question. Oh, what was that deal again? I get you to Barovia so you can participate in your fancy vampire banquet, and in return I get the gold. But what about my cape? Rhea is a hot-headed dwarf and pretty rough around the edges. She's not a fan of meaningless copy-paste NPC talk, whatever any of that means, and seems to have caught herself a lost vampire while digging for gold. Unfortunately, or so she claimed, she is now stuck with him. Where did you last see your cape? Don't even bother. It's a lost cause. We looked everywhere on our way here. Fought cursed chests, many-eyed monstrosities, undead goons. And I started to wonder where in his life did this man put his cape? Where everyone puts their cape. Do you know where I put me capes? Where? In a wardrobe! Oh. So you can wear it inside the wardrobe land? What? No. Kyle, maybe we could find someone to retrieve your cape for you. We could? Phenomenal! I could put out a quest for you, but for that we'd need a little more information. Good luck with that. First, I'd need to know where you last saw your cape. I was getting ready to go to the annual vampire banquet hosted by Lord Strut in Barovia. While getting dressed, I realized I couldn't find my cape. My first thought, of course I cannot find it. The cape of invisibility is playing tricks on me. It's quite moody sometimes, which is truly unfortunate when you want to wear it for an important event. We all know how important a fancy cape is for flaunting your vampire status. Of course. Then what was the last vampire event you wore the cape to? My wedding! Your wedding? When I married my sweet Evelyn, I simply had to wear my most treasured cape, to show how important she was to me. Evelyn, the vampiric Countess Evelyn residing in Merrill Castle? That would be her! Congratulations, are you still married? Ugh, of course not. I hate her, every inch of her body. Turns out she just wanted... Spit it out, leech. Oh, what? My cape! Aw, rats. Here we go again. My sweet Evelyn stole my cape. What now? That little, mean, vicious, beautiful beast. Her, that thief of thieves, robbed me of my most precious possession. Wouldn't that be your heart? No, I had that taken out centuries ago. But my cape, I can never live without that. Oh, sweet, sweet Evelyn, how could you do this to me? I trusted her with all I had. That's rough, buddy. Perhaps Innkeeper, that's your name, right? No. Oh, my deepest apologies. What is it then? I don't think it's time for that yet. Names are valuable currency, after all. For some types, indeed. But you mustn't be so mysterious to a new friend. All my friends call me Innkeeper. In that case, I shall not disrespect your wishes. Well then, Innkeeper, do you think there's a courageous adventurer out there brave enough to retrieve my precious cape for me? I'm afraid that my sweetest Evelyn will kill me on sight if I ever set foot on her villa again. Yes, I think we can find such an adventurer. We're setting up that search right now. So, where could a brave adventurer find Marrow Castle? Deep past the abyss of dread, at the foot of a mountain range that looks like a witch's bosom, towards the tower of the mansion of my dear Evelyn. Queen of Darkness, Temptress of Men, Flamenco Champion of 1467. The right hero should be able to outsmart her and escape with her life. But be wary. She bites. And she may be invisible now. Alright, I think I've got everything I need. I'll write up a quest for you. I'm sure you'll have your cape back in no time. I hope so. That reminds me. Not another cursed monologue. Innkeep, quickly. Another drink. I don't think it can make it through another tale of woe without some artificial stamina. I need another lagoon. I'll see what I can do. One, 2, 3. One of these. And one of these. Some liquid stamina for a valued guest. Humph, let me try. You got it right again. I might even last till dayfall with this. Kyle, would you like another drink as well? Ah! Thank you, Hawthorne Maple, for your raid! Hi, everybody! I am playing Tavern Talk. It just came out today, and it is amazing, and everybody, if you're interested, you should go pick it up. Basically, you make drinks, and it changes how the story plays out for the adventurers. No, I cannot drink now that I am consumed with thoughts of my love's betrayal. Oh, it ails me so. Everything ails ye. The whole way here, ye were complaining about having to walk. Let's see. I can do a quest thingy, right? I can write up a quest. How do I do that? I guess I can't until it lets me. My bat form doesn't work like it used to. I'm out of practice and the slime weighs heavily on my shoulders. And my back is all itchy. By the dragons. Could it be because you insisted on sunbathing? Oh. Oh, right! Innkeeper! Do you have a drink to protect me from the sun? Perchance something that would also moisturize my delicate skin. I'm afraid not. Oh. That reminds me, my Aunt Matilda used to harness the power of a chimera's saliva for sun protection. A chimera? A beast made out of several animals. Got 3 heads in all, made by the dragons to guard Gaia, likes to eat people for breakfast. I'm aware, I just didn't know its saliva could be so useful. Ah! If only I hadn't eaten that delectable bear chimera in the Scarlet Caves, I could have asked it for a sample of its saliva. I'm sure that would have gone over well. Actually, I might know where to find one. Really? Will you get it for me then? No. Oh. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Ms. Frostgrip, dearest Rhea, perhaps we can alter our deal? Oh, nay. Forget it. I ain't going. With nothing on me but a shovel and ooze goop, I'd be no match for such a beast. No problem. I can make it another quest for my trusted board. And when will it be done? Tell me, when can I walk among mortals in the glistening sun once more? A peculiar visitor looking everywhere for his beloved cape. However, it seems he has definitely lost just more than that. Perhaps also a few of his memories, and his marbles. He was once married to Lady Evelyn, a vampire countess residing in Marrow Castle, and enjoys sunbathing. Maybe a tad bit too much. I can't manually go into making quests, apparently. As soon as a fearless adventurer picks it up and succeeds, especially that part. Splendid! Did you hear that? A quest just for me. Let's leave it at 2. Say, Inky, while we wait for someone to do his work for him, do you perhaps have a room or two? Possibly a room without sunlight. Wouldn't want Snow White to go up in flames over here. Sure thing. I've got a couple of barred up rooms. You can stay there. How much? You can pay when you leave. Grand. Seems like they gave you more personality than usual. Keep it up. Maybe you'll become a real girl one day. Thank you. Enjoy your stay. You too, tasty creature. Aha, here we go. According to the Amentherian Hadra, a chimera's hatred for mice is a universal truth, or maybe it just rhymed with ice, who can say? The one thing that stands a chance against the rolling curse of the sun is chimera sliver, apparently. Sorth. And Matilda, a vampire? Question mark? A wyvern chimera resides in the Quag Mangrove. Adventurers beware, you might be on its menu. Until sunrise. Deep in the Quag Mangrove resides a wyvern chimera. Its scales and claws are a valuable treasure to any alchemist, its saliva even more so. As it happens, a certain vampire may be able to use the rare saliva to produce a sunscreen so effective that even he could walk in broad daylight. Is there any adventurer, or mouse, brave enough to confront the beast, the chimera, not the vampire, and bring back a bucket of saliva? At the foot of the Witch's Wrath Peak resides Countess Evelyn, the vampiric temptress of men. Be wary of invisible threats. The vampire last saw his cape on his wedding day before he was wed to Countess Evelyn. A quirky vampire is looking for his cape. He seems a bit confused, wanted to go for a stroll in the sun. Hey there, Evelyn. On a mild summer morning, a senile vampire came to look for his cape of invisibility at the Wayfarer's Inn. After steady questioning, the innkeeper uncovered that he lost his cape at his wedding, where his ex-wife, Countess Evelyn, stole it from him. She resides at the foot of Witch's Wrath Peak. Venture to the peak and dare to retrieve the long-lost cape, but be aware she might be invisible. It's time for some water. Act 3. Act 1, Part 3. New friends and former enemies. 59th of the Wake. My shipment of infusions finally arrived this morning. I now have access to some fey crystals and frozen pine cones. Together with Fable's phoenix chilies, I have 3 infusions now. I'll unpack them later when I have some time. I have a feeling they'll be of use soon. So, innkeep, a drink for me and this lanky pal. It's good to see you too, Care. She meant to say please. Welcome back, Fable. You look alive. Thank you. I am. That seems like a given. I'm just happy to see them doing well, and with a friend. We ain't friends. Yeah, you were blushing earlier. I'm pretty sure you're friends. We're not? So you two didn't form a party? No. Oh. Then what's the drink about? They may be very annoying, but they did just help me solve a family feud of 10 years. So I do owe them some of your dishwater, at the very least. Family feud? I wouldn't call it a feud, more of a miscommunication? No, it was a feud. I feel like feud implies a certain level of hostility. I was gonna kill him. I thought that was a joke. It wasn't. Oh. But no one died? No. Elfie here was able to prevent that. It's fable? Whatever. Does this perchance have something to do with your quest? It does! I stopped her from killing the werewolf. Elaborate, please? I was going to kill the werewolf. They stopped me from killing the werewolf. What's not to get? A lot! I think she is confused because the quest is to save the villagers from the werewolf. And now it sounds like I saved the werewolf from you. Which I did. Kind of. I also remember you saying you didn't want the quest, Care. I didn't. Was there by chance? They were both stealing sheep. Was not. Sure was. Adventuring don't pay what it used to. So you steal other people's sheep? Mind your own business. How did any of this lead to a successful quest? Well, where do I start? How about at the beginning? Right. I was born on a half-crescent dreamy moon of the quest fable. Right. Quest. The quest. Traveling there was no trouble. I know enough shortcuts to travel through the Ashen Grove swiftly. I reached the borders of Targaryen right around dusk. The Ashen Grove thins out around there, and you can catch glimpses of wide fields and vineyards, as well as see one farm after the other. An idyllic sight. Well, at least before sunset. Do you have trouble in the dark? Emotionally? Visually. A little. I mean, I reckon I can still see more than a human could, but darkness is darkness, and I am no owl. Thank God. You're already weird enough. Imagine the damage you could do if you turn your head all the way around. Who says I can't? Just kidding. Anyway, luckily, darkness doesn't affect my hearing. Not the normal kind. What? Nothing. Okay, I heard a creaking fence and footsteps that were failing at keeping quiet. Your ears are failing at being small. So I snuck closer and I saw a werewolf-esque shape picking up a tiny sheep. I was petting it. Well, I thought she was going to eat it. I summoned up all my courage and I stepped out of the shadows and I said, "Good evening, werewolf. Please put down the sheep." I didn't expect them to be entirely in their right mind, of course, but I wanted to be polite. And I thought it might confuse her, and maybe that would help calm her down. It confused me, alright. Who the heck sees a werewolf and the first thing they do is try to greet them? A polite person? Or an insane one? It worked, didn't it? Because I ain't no werewolf. He wasn't that different. But I'm skipping ahead. To my surprise, instead of a growl, the werewolf, or not werewolf, responded with a "what?" So the confusion plan had worked, but I hadn't really expected that response. So I said again, "Please put down the sheep." And she asked, "Why?" And I said, "Well, because stealing sheep isn't very nice." And she asked who I was. No, I asked, "Who are you? A guard?" I was about to introduce myself when we heard this blood-curdling howl. It sounded like someone had ripped a hole in the fabric of reality and then pierced it with a horrid yell. Please, it was barely a bark. And it made the blood freeze in my veins. I heard panting and heavy footsteps, and I barely dared to turn around. He turned around immediately. And when I did, I stared into the twisted face of a werewolf. Yellow gleaming eyes, gleaming with jaundice. Sharp teeth, giant claws. He looked like he wanted to eat me right up. He did. But before I could beg for mercy, suddenly something rushed past me and lunged at the werewolf. When I regained my composure, Carolyn and the werewolf were on the ground, fighting tooth and nail. And then the sheep you were holding? Obviously, I set it down at that point. Good. So you went to Fable's aid? No, that ain't it. I noticed the wolf's flannel rags. They were blue, checkered, had an uneven print. Just like the kind of stuff Entowol Dragon likes to wear. That old fuck. Hey, why can't I say that? Fuck. What the blah, blah, blah. I suppose I should be censoring it since the game is. Youth protection. The age rating system is quite harsh. Ah. Anyway, it was just like Uncle Dragon. Smelled like Uncle Dragon. Fought like him too. I was joking when I brought it up before, you know. Haven't seen that old man in years. Was coping about it by joking. That's the only way I can talk about him these days. Because of the feud? Yeah. He used to be my favorite uncle, but then he changed. Became irritable and angry, distant. Fought a lot with Uncle Fodor. Cared more about the moon than he did his own family. Eventually he just left. Ran away without a word. Left us and Uncle Fodor behind, worried senseless. Until we found a letter saying not to look for him and all their savings missing. Swore I was gonna kill him if I ever saw him again. Always thought he just couldn't face up to his problems. Turns out his solution was just to get those problems as far away from everyone else as possible. Idiot. Did you talk it out with your fists? I tried, but Elfie stopped me. I'm glad they did. How did you figure that out? Well, she was yelling at him. I didn't understand half of it, but I could tell she was angry and hurt. I tried to get their attention by telling them to stop, but they wouldn't listen, so I shot an arrow right next to both of their heads. My aim was a little shaky, so I did end up grazing Mr. Dragon's ear. But I got them to stop for long enough to start listening to me. I threatened them that if they didn't stop to talk, I would shoot them both. I would have never done that, of course. But they must have believed me, because they actually stopped to listen. It's mighty scary there, little pal. Thank you. Maybe? I sat them down and did my best to be an insurmountable obstacle between them. If they wanted to fight, they would have to go through me. That sounds rather dangerous. 'Twas. Would have stopped for them. What? You're the size of a stick. You think you could stop two angry wolves? Oh, well, anyways, I used the opportunity to figure out what was going on. And that's how I found out about Mr. Dragon and Carolyn and the miscommunication feud. The feud, sure. Turns out that after Mr. Dragon was turned, he was too ashamed to admit it. But he couldn't stop the changes and ended up hurting all the people he cared about. That's no excuse, of course. No, it ain't. And if we had known, we would have helped him the best we could. At the very least, would have built a sturdy shed with scratch-proof walls for full moons. He didn't think that would have happened, though. So he decided to fix the problem by leaving, deal with it alone, and so on. But that only made it worse. Of course, he was too embarrassed to come back, so he just focused on the whole werewolf thing and not any human things, or bukakin things, so to speak. Trying to find a cure, trying to avoid the moon, trying to find a place to sleep, stealing sheep. That's something they have in common. The sheep? No, the stubbornness and the unwillingness to ask for help. But the sheep too. But they had to talk about it. That silent resentment wasn't good for either of them. And you got them to do that? Little stick is oddly persuasive. Had us talking about it before I even realized I didn't want to. Maybe because you did want to. Maybe. How did it go? Fine. We'll take some time to accept his apology. We'll have to see him change first, and apologize to Uncle Fedor and the rest. But it was good to see him again. Guess a hug did feel better than a great sword in his gut. Wonderful. Of course, there's still the problem with the whole werewolf thing. Idiot got so obsessed with the cure he still can barely control himself. We helped him realize that even a cure couldn't change what he'd done, that he has to accept he's different now and learn how to live again. Of course, it won't be easy. No change ever is. I learned that from you. But we have a group of werewolves living near our settlement. A small community that enjoys the company of our warm trees. We play charades with them a lot, and they taught me about the phases of the 7 moons and the secrets of the moon signs. That sounds like a bunch of bullshit. It's real. You're a crescent moose. We introduced Mr. Dragon to them, and they promised they would take him in and help him deal with his lycanthropy. That sounds great. It is. It's a happy ending. I wouldn't call it an ending, rather the beginning of something new. So the end of one adventure, is this the beginning of another one? Exactly. I like that. So, after your heroic therapy session, you two decided to grab a drink together? Got offered to spend the day at the settlement. But they don't serve anything strong enough for my tastes. Plus, Elfie was dying to get back here. Just talking about how they needed to update you on everything non-stop. Would think they live here or something. I had to report back about the quest. I'm glad you did. I also started crafting something with the werewolves. Ah! Said something about it being for you, Innkeep. Oh, really? Yeah. It's not finished yet, but I'll let you know, I promise. That wasn't that hard, was it? Well. So a drink. What can I offer you, Care? Surprise me with something that fits my brawn. By which I mean make me the usual. Strength never gets old. By the usual, I assume you mean the same thing you've gotten the one time you came here. Surprise! Not bad. You should do this professionally. I'll think about it. Fable, what about you? Do you have something that'll calm me down? Maybe even bring some of my agility back, like a swift strike back to my senses. I've had a stressful day, night, morning, sequence of events. One, 2, 3. Take down your pet Andu. And then shield. And then rain. Magic. Here you go. Thank you. Wow, this is perfect. You look tired. Have you considered sleep? They do look like they're going to pass out any second. So do you. Maybe sleep is a good idea. Carolyn, do you have a place to sleep? I can sleep anywhere. It's a talent. It's depressing. I have a room available. You can stay there. Sounds good. How much? I'll count it as payment for your help with the quest. Fine. Later, Elfie. See you later. Are you heading home, Fable? Yes. I've been gone for a whole day. I need to get back and make sure everything is still growing correctly. Maybe take a nap first. Yes, that too. Did you enjoy your first quest? I did! It was scary and different from what I expected. And I didn't know I was so good at pretending to be charming. Have you considered that you weren't pretending? You did well, Fable. Thank you. I hope that wasn't my only adventure. I think this is just the beginning. That would be nice. Do you think I'm going to save the world one day? That's a very tall order. Huh, you're right. I'm not cut out for that. I didn't say that. I would just prefer it if the world didn't end. Right. But if it does, you're the first person I'd ask for help. Maybe you should ask Carolyn first, but I'd be happy to be second. We'll see. Let's hope we won't. I like this world, and you have a point. We shouldn't hope for such a calamity. Even if it would make for a good song. Or a sad one. We're both. I'm going to head home now. Do that. I'll stock up on quests for you. I can't wait. See you soon. See you soon. Oh, you took your hood down. Good evening to you too. This quest. It wasn't here yesterday. That is correct. It seems dangerous. It is. And mysterious. Sure. Like me. You could be a little less mysterious by telling me your name. Zephyr. Did the wind carry you in? No, my legs. I want that quest. Well, you can have it. Not just literally, physically, emotionally. Emotionally? I want to take on that quest. Go to the castle to get the cape. I mean, yes. Well, no one has gone to the castle yet, so if someone would like to go, they would be welcome to. So you know of the castle. Yes? It seems strange. It is. A vampire lives there. I heard rumors, whisperings of a strange, fiendish woman residing there. What a coincidence. Me too. Has she ever frequented your tavern? No, not recently. But she has? Once had a vampire mixer. Interesting. So she was only here at night. Yes. Would you say she was unnaturally I literally just told you she was a vampire. No, she had a lot of makeup on. But below that mask. Sure, yes. Would guess she looks pretty dead below that. What kind of drink did she order? Blood. Interest. You sell blood? Of course. Whose blood? Did you hear about wolves avoiding the castle? Really? All of them? Yes, she has a lot of werewolf traps set up, but all animals seem to steer clear of Marrow Castle. They say its doors are always locked, so nothing can go inside or leave. And anything that tries to merges into her land in one way or another. As a grave, a pile of decorative bones, dirt feeding rotten flowers. They say death clings to her doorstep like an everlasting melody. Sounds like a strange place. Like a tomb for something still alive. Or for a goth. Goth or vampire, she seems to be a thief. It appears so. Do you not sympathize with that? Thievery is an honorable skill, but it must be performed in secret. Or you're not worth the coins you pocket. Also, stealing a man's cape is just plain rude. I suppose. Only thing worse than that is stealing a man's hat. Not if it's cursed. Especially then. Point is, if you can't defend yourself from having your trophies reclaimed, you must live with the consequences. The consequences being you? Exactly. It definitely sounds like you know what you're doing. Of course I do. I am one with the shadows and the wind, gone before they even notice I'm there. So you could easily swipe something else along with the cape, right? Certainly. gold, gemstones, other treasures, whatever pays the bills. What about some interior decorations? Like what, for example? Just something to pretty up my tavern a little bit. Maybe something useful that also doubles as a decoration? Like a chair? Stealing a whole chair sounds a little too ambitious for your first quest with me. I prefer something smaller, like a little trinket. My walls are still a bit empty, you see. Wait, you're being serious? Absolutely. A memento that once belonged to an eccentric vampire sounds like a wonderful addition to the tavern. I'll see what I can do. You won't be disappointed. Well then, I trust you to deliver yourself to her doorstep and then Kate back to me. Along with a neat little addition to my interior design. Sounds like I need a few stamps. Would you like some? No. Too traceable. How about a drink then? I could do with one of those. I hear your drinks inspire transformations of great magnitude. Allow you to dip into parts of yourself that you weren't previously aware of. Raise yourself up from your shadow. Say, what do you trade them for? Secrets, or how about a joke? Secrets. I have many. Grant me one. I shall. I know this may come as a shock to you, but I was here before, just yesterday. You may not remember because you barely noticed me in the shadows. I was so stealthy I spent hours just watching you from afar. That is definitely a secret. You cleaned a lot of glasses, served everyone with a smile. You looked so worried after the adorable green one left. Like you thought they might trip straight into Monster's Maw. And you're swift with your hands and fast with the knife. Alright, enough secrets. You may have one of my renowned drinks. And some of my renowned infusions. In fact, I just got a fresh shipment today, was finally able to unpack them. Infusions? Intriguing. What vile magic do you have to offer? For your purposes, I think you could benefit from either fey crystals or a frozen pine cone. The frozen pine cones have absorbed some of nature's icy properties. They can help you form a magical frost barrier that will hurt those trying to harm you. The fey crystals hail straight from Avalon, allegedly. If consumed, they'll turn you invisible, eventually, and for a bit. The duration is a bit unpredictable. I've also got some phoenix chilies, but I don't think those would be very useful for your situation. Interesting. So, what dark depths of yourself are you looking to explore? I fear that Lady Evelyn may be of the undead nature. Yeah, what gave you that idea? So I must be strong and vigorous if I want my stake in her heart before her fangs are near my neck. Though that does sound appealing. Strength I can do, and some frost armor should help with the fangs. Or perhaps the smarter route would be to evade her wrath entirely. To out-stealth her and steal the skate from right under her pale nose, so that she may lie in the shame of having lost against me. I think such an approach would require a certain amount of dexterity, and some invisibility could help with staying unseen should my speed and agility not be enough. Help me with the decision, Innkeep. Your wisdom is no secret, is it? Now that I have access to infusions, I have to be careful about how they interact with other ingredients. They might alter a drink in a way where I have to use different ingredients than usual. I should make sure to keep an eye on the coaster shape so that I can mix the correct recipe. Maybe I should even try adding the infusion first and adjusting the drink from there. Let's give it a try. Okay, so he either wants... Let's go with Swift Strike so he doesn't actually have to fight her. And do the infusions of the Fey crystals. So 1, 2, and then 1. Thank you, Andu. I just got the some spice to the table. Add any infusion to any drink achievement. Here you go. A drink that all vampires fear. Garlic breath? Not quite, but that's a good name. May I steal it? You don't ask for permission before you steal something, Innkeep. Then it's no longer a covered lose, but a mere trade. I see. Did you hear about my new drink, the garlic breath? Ha. Good one. It tastes like, not garlic, but just as fearsome to a vampire. You don't find garlic scary? No, only the absence of it. That makes two of us. Hopefully this will help me evade her. I'm not prepared for a fight, but I won't need one if my steps are as swift and quiet as the wind, and if she can't see me. Goodbye, Innkeep. I would say pray that the sun will carry me back to you. But my hopes do not lie with the Realm Keepers, and I shall be damned if they control my fate. Expect to see me again after the next sunfall. If you do not, speak of vengeance. Vengeance makes for an early grave. Or for a good story. Farewell. Zephyr is a difficult character, to say the least. They're so caught up in their own fantasies of an edgy rogue that they seem to be stuck talking or brooding like one too. He thinks all things dangerous and mysterious, or at least he pretends he does. Or for a bitter end. I'm taking this quest. And a drink. Great. Did you sleep well? What? Sleep. How was it? Ah, fine. Too long. Didn't sleep that much in ages. Sounds like you needed it. No, your beds are just too comfortable. It was hard to get up. Of course. My apologies. I will make sure to take your feedback into consideration. Would you like a drink as compensation? I think I already said that. Make me something strong that'll wake me up and keep me up too. What are the... Phoenix chili is found natively only near the charred valleys of the burning peaks, though an invasive species is delicious. Fire resistance is great when fighting enemies that wish to burn you to ashes. Helps a bunch when fighting draconic creatures, but does not protect against lava. So something strong. I don't think I need an infusion for that. I don't think I have an infusion for that. She's always gonna want this. One, 2, 3. 1. Something strong coming right up. That is strong, just the right amount of too much. Maybe I should call this drink the Carolyn. No, you shouldn't. Anyway, the quest. Yes, the quest. I'm taking it. So you said. I see it as my turn to make conversation. I miss Fable. Isn't it a bit too soon for another quest? You just returned. It's been hours since I've done anything, but sleep, chat, and drink. I am getting antsy. If I sit still for too long, it feels like my bones are disintegrating and I forget who I am. I think that's called boredom. It's torture. That too. Well, boring is not what I would call this quest in the slightest. Stealing from my Chimera for a vampire sunscreen. Couldn't get more reckless than that. It could by taking Elfie along. Fair point. Please don't. I won't. So the saliva is for a vampire? Vampire sunscreen. Can't a vampire get their Chimera goo themselves? It's a wyvern Chimera. Vampires and fire don't mix too. Fudge! I should've... I forgot. I should have put filling chilies in. Also, if everyone just did their own quests, the quest economy would be in shambles. Suppose that would be terrible for your business. Indeed. Have you ever encountered a Chimera before? I forgot it was a wyvern Chimera. Rah! No, not a real one. Got me thinking, ain't it kind of blasphemous to steal from a draconic guardian? Depends. Are you religious? Guess not. Then no. Would it be if I was? Don't think so. Chimeras steal riches all the time, and they were created to be guardians by the protectors of the realm. So stealing something to protect someone else seems in line with the doctrine. Good thing you ain't a priest. You'd do a piss poor job. Thank you. Is blasphemy what you're most worried about? I ain't worried. Okay, nervous? Ain't that either. Then what is it? Excitement, I suppose. Excitement? Don't laugh. I'm not laughing, I'm asking. Ah. Yes, excitement. I've never encountered a guardian before. Psst. I'm not gonna restart my game again, but I didn't remember it was a Wyvern Chimera. And I've always sort of wanted to. Why haven't you? Ain't exactly easy to find one, or to survive one. This seems like a great opportunity for you then. It is. What's about Guardian? It's less about the Guardian and more about what created it. Maybe a little about the Chimera. It's got a dragon head, right? Yes. Modeled after its creator, I would guess. So let me rephrase that. What is it about dragons and chimeras with dragon heads? They're cool. Also, when I was little, my Baba used to tell me bedtime stories about the dragons every night. She was a great adventurer and encountered many of the creations on her journeys. Not sure if it's true, but she always claimed she met each of the realm keepers themselves. Had little keepsakes from them and all. My sword's one of those. Passed it on to me before she left. One day she was just gone. Think she wanted to spend her last moments somewhere else. Like to think she visited one of her dragons one last time. Your family has a leaving problem. At least she left our savings alone. That sword and her stories are all I have left of her. Going on this quest, it almost feels like I'm stepping into a memory of hers. Did she ever tell you about a Wyvern Chimera? No, it was the only kind she ever encountered. Never encountered. Had quarrels with those feline ones, different varieties of scales, even a cow one, I think, but never found a wyvern one in all her years. Would have been nice to be able to just tell her the story when I return, if I return. I'm sure you will. You can tell the story to me. I don't know if I'd make for a good Baba, but I do enjoy a good tale. I'll think about it. You already got me talking too much. This is you talking too much? So you like dragons? I do. They're fascinating creatures. Very interesting. Very magical. They are. Fascinating and magical. Used to pretend I was one when I was little. Really wanted their magic and their wings. You can just ask them for their magic. Not sure about their wings. Humph. I ain't a priest either. Besides, I'm a warrior. Don't do all that magic shit. Why not? I like my sword and my muscles. They're a good combo. And I don't need to rely on anyone. Not even dragons. A little help never hurt anybody. A little self-reliance don't either. If you say so. Does that mean you don't want a drink to prep you up? Didn't say that. Prepayment for me taking on your quest. Sure. You'll be happy to hear that I have some incredible infusion. Ha! Now I can do the infusion. Could offer great help with your quest. Nah, that sounds unnecessarily complicated. Let's keep it simple. Alright, what can I get you then? Toothy, so I'll need one too hardy to be too hardy for its bite. Some defense might come in handy, or something for the brain. Baba talked quite a lot about how much to enjoy a good ruse. Maybe I can outsmart it at the right paw, but I need some intelligence for that. Won't be risking it all in a bad idea. Are you sure you don't want any infusions? Just a little bit of phoenix chili would make you fire resistant. That could be very useful in a fight. Dragons, you're stubborn. Sure, I'll try one. And on the topic of trickery, no, one is enough. Either you mix defense with your weird chilies, or you go heavy on the intelligence. Don't need any more of your fancy tricks. I don't care which one you pick. That's your job. Figure it out. So, she wants chilies and defense, or she wants heavy intelligence. I really want to use the fire infusion, But I also like the idea of her just outsmarting the dragon. I've been doing a lot of, like, trying to avoid fights. So I think that's where, so far, my character, like, I feel like has been doing all her best to try and get them to avoid fights. So I really feel like I would do that. So sparkly, right, Andu? Just got an achievement for making a drink. Figured it out. Thanks. Hope you seasoned it with some trickery. It does feel weird, like my brain is sparkling. No refunds. How urgent is the sunscreen? Pretty urgent. The sun tends to not take a break, even for vampires. Maybe he should sunbathe less then. That might solve his problems. Might. But when has an easy solution ever been fun? Good point. I'll see what I can do. Maybe they got some mice in that mangrove. Good luck. Won't be needing it. I'll be waiting to hear your exploits upon your return. Oh man, it's been a while since I did a straight up reading. Forgot how rough it is on the voice. Act 1, Part 4, Starlight Sonata, 60th of the Wake. I'll do at least one more day. And then we'll see how my throat feels after that. Hey, Ankeep! You have birds. Hey, Chrissy. Long time no see. So true. I've been pretty busy this hatching season. A lot to do? Yeah. The birds seem to be in a slight uproar, like something is amiss. I just can't figure out what. Animals often have a sixth sense, you know? They do, indeed. Anyways, hand over a drink, will ya? Of course. What'll it be this time? Something for the wits again? You know me well. Too well, I guess. That's the curse of being a regular. Eventually, I'll have you all figured out. I hate to disappoint you, but you're wrong today. Am I now? Yes, I'm quite confident in the abilities of my mind and wits. Of course. So, what I'll need instead is something to protect me from weather or foe, so I'm steeled for any situation. That makes sense. I'll see what I can do. So, let's see what I got. Just wants defense. Technically, this drink does mention that it offers extra UV protection, but I guess that's not strong enough for the vampire. 1, 2, 3. 1. 1. Boop, boop. Liquid steel, just a bit more digestible. This is exactly what I needed for my trip. Where are you headed anyways? Oh, to the island of Boreas. I want to reconnect with some friends at the annual Borean Art Convention. Isn't Boreas difficult to reach? Not exactly a place known for its population. The convention is especially for creatures like sylvan spirits, trolls, and the like. They'll also be electing the scariest monster for the next issue of Screech Magazine. That sounds exciting. It'll be a sight to behold for sure, but do you know what I'm most excited about? Gnomes? Nymphs? Nymphs? No. They're pretty, don't get me wrong, but definitely not the reason why I'm going to Boreas. That'll be Fable's reason. You're so right. If you do happen to meet a nymph, greet them for me. Sure. Now that we know what I'd be excited for, how about you? The geysers and hot springs, especially around this time of year when the mornings are still a bit chilly, and the sun tickles the sky on the horizon, that sounds lovely. I'm sure those things will be nice muses too. Bet. I'm bringing an extra set of paints this time so I don't run out again. I mean, Fable taught me how to make some from flowers and berries, but Beret and Flora is unsuitable for things like that. Seems like you're well prepared either way. Absolutely. How are the birds doing apart from being in distress? Well, the cinnamon green chick conures are growing up to be a lovely bunch. I can't wait to release them back to the wild once they're strong enough. With your care, they'll be ready in a heartbeat. I'm guessing you're taking Ruby and Merlin along to the convention? Of course. As for the others, I obviously can't take them with me, but I asked Fable to look after everyone. In exchange, I'll teach them how to grow zucchini. Speaking of which, I wanted to leave my keys under their doormat. Sorry for the short stay, but I gotta hurry or else I'll miss my boat. It's quite the walk to their treehouse. And you don't want to have to compensate me for that, do you? I wouldn't mind, but I also don't want you to be late to your convention. Well then, so long, Inky.
Charge complete.
See you soon. Stop making that noise. Fable, welcome back. Good evening. Good evening, Fable. Did you have a good day? I did. I visited Mr. Dragon and the other werewolves. Told them about Carolyn's quest and the Wyvern Chimera. Oh, so you heard about that. She told me before she left in case she told me some things to pass on to Mr. Dragon that I can't repeat here. I think she's happy he's back. I think so too. Did you have tea with the werewolves? Of course. We had a grand time together. I mentioned how much fun I had with the moon signs. So they taught me more about the stars and their hidden meanings. Which stars? Both sets. They specialize in Cassiopeia. You know, the night sky constellations on the astral plane and all. But they have one astrologer who knows a lot about their reflections in the pools of the primordial sea. And she promised to teach me about that too. I can't wait to learn about how the sea mirrors, echoes, and distorts the constellations. That's how she pitched it. Exciting, right? Very. That's what I thought. So well, what is it, Fable? I may or may not have finished that little gift I was talking about yesterday. Or rather, that Carolyn was talking about. You know, the little keepsake from my time with the werewolves. Yes, I recall. A reminder of my very first successful quest. I just didn't know if I like trinkets. Oh, what is it? It's a piece of embroidery of a constellation. The werewolves taught me how to do it. While the astrologer told us stories and myths about the stars and their twin reflections, I imagine it to be a constellation from a faraway realm. I call it the Little Dipper. Oh, look at that, my first wall decor. Well, I mean, that isn't standard already there. I think it could also be a Big Dipper. A Big Dipper? Last time I checked, stars weren't known to be very small. Do you think there's a world somewhere with a constellation called the Big Dipper in the night sky? There might be. Maybe the Big Dipper is part of a larger constellation. A bear, for example. A bear? Inkeep, I think you might be the one dreaming something up right now. Most likely. Are you fond of the stars surrounding us? I do like to watch them from time to time. Oh, really? Do you prefer the stars of the astral or the primordial sea? Really? That's surprising. Then again, you do help people change, just like Cassiopeia. You'll have to give me your birth data soon, so I can calculate your birth chart. If that's okay with you, of course. It is. I'll write it all down for you. That's great. Thank you. I think you may be a double jackdaw. Are you? We'll see. We will. Until then, care for a drink to wind down? Or something more zesty, perhaps? A drink, please. I think I figured out how to make my own zest. Do I have any... No, okay, I don't have enough rumors to make. Happy to hear that, Fable. But drinks, not sure how to make those just yet, especially with the right balance. I'll still have to make the rounds around the grove later. So, could you make me something that will keep me awake and agile? Do you think you know me well enough to guess what I might need? I'm already on it. Thank you. One moment. only what you order every time, my dear. 3. That's a back crack. Here you go. Thanks. This is delicious. You always know what I need. I think you may also need a break, so maybe stay a while before heading back? That sounds like a good idea. I'll just idle here a bit, if that's okay. Always. Enjoy your rest, Fable. Thank you. Greetings, Innkeep. Greetings, Kyle. Greetings, green creature. Greetings, Mr. Vampire. Oh, how polite. Are you enjoying your drink? I am, thank you. Then I shall leave you to its inspiring aftertaste. Innkeep, say, did you move your inn by any chance? It took me hours to find it. I did not. Are you sure? I believe new alleyways may have formed themselves around your establishment. With winding paths and dark corners. Anything could be hiding within them. Like a vampire? No, silly snack. I don't need to hide. Except during games of hide and seek. I am very good at those. Maybe the inn wanted to play around with you. Mayhaps, but it underestimated my skill. As a 3-time hide-and-seek world champion, I would never lose to such a youngling of an inn. It's not that young. The wood isn't even rotting yet, dear Innkeep. It still has many eons ahead of it. I like the sound of that. As a celebration of a match well won, may I offer you a drink? Yes, I think that would be well-deserved. Has that delicious blood of yours made it onto the menu yet? Not yet. Shame. Then I shall have some of that faux blood again, please. It does make my bones feel more sturdy. Coming right up. Oh, stretch. Alright. Full blood coming right up. Bloop. 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 With a little chaser of blue. Some faux blood for your bones. Enjoy. Ah! This is perfect, Innkeep. The only thing that could make me happier would be a drink lovely titled The Innkeeper's Vein. Keep dreaming, Count Dracula. Speaking of dreams, how is the retrieval of my cape coming along? Swimmingly. Well, actually, I think there's very little water involved. I wouldn't be so sure. My dear Evelyn has a beautiful pond filled with long-toothed spine guppies in her courtyard. It's her pride and joy. I would hope no one is swimming in that. But I have sent someone on your quest. I'm sure he'll return soon, and you and your cape will be reunited. Marvelous! Speaking of inseparable teams, where's Rhea? Oh, she's taken the day off. She demanded vacation time, so I said she could choose any day, and she chose today. I was going to also take a day off and spend the vacation with her. But when I wanted to follow her to the market, my sleeve caught on fire. And my hand. And my hair. So I was forced to stay back, due to my allergies. The weeping amaryllis pollen is very bad this time of year. Yes, I'm sure it had nothing to do with the sun. And the sun. The sun is also bad for vampires. Is it? Yes. Right! I need sunscreen. It's in the works. Did you get to see the market later? I did! It was beautiful, colorful, and full of music that would make anyone's heart dance. But I couldn't find Rhea anywhere, so I felt a little lonely. Luckily, I managed to make a new friend in no time. Very tall and brooding, just how I like them. I inquired if I could try on his dark armor of swirling shadow and onyx bone. But he said if I tried to take it from him, he would turn me to ash. What a jokester! Dark armor of swirling shadow and onyx bone. Yes, a true connoisseur of fashion. He's just visiting, he said. Had some great crepe recommendations. Plum crepes with ash sprinkles? Yes! They tasted deliciously dead. I see. I hope you enjoyed your evening together. We did, though I feel like he asked something of me. I promised I would remember. Perhaps he wanted my cape? Many people want my cape. Perhaps. But I would have never agreed to that. It is my cape, after all. Maybe he wanted my Posca recipe? Is it good? Very much so. And then I'd like it as well. Oh! Yes, you! Me. He asked me about you! Me? Yes, he said he's an old friend of yours. He was very curious about how your inn was doing. I sang your praises, of course, so he asked me to deliver you greetings. And congratulations on the well-run establishment. How did he phrase it? Deliver my congratulations on the fall peace your precious empire, our precious innkeep has found in her house of denial. Very poetic, if you ask me. Very. If only I could remember his name. Does my description of him ring any bells for you? No, I'm afraid not. Too bad, he must be an old childhood friend. Maybe you went to school together? I heard many friendships are formed in such halls. Maybe. Do you want to tell me more about your time at the market? Most certainly! I found the loveliest trinkets. I love trinkets. Just like a little stuffed bear with a tiny raincoat and a crescent elder moon necklace. I found a gorgeous sun charm as well. I bought it for Rhea as a welcome back from vacation gift. That's very sweet. Your friend bought a delightful Rigging figure with eyes of starlight. Please don't call him that. We should never deny our friends, even if we don't remember them. I don't remember any of my friends. Stopping to apply some lip balm, because I felt my lips starting to chatter. My bad. Alas, I still love them, even if their memory lives on only in my heart. Anyhow, he said it was a gift to himself, to celebrate the dawning of the month of the astral moon. Oh, I love Cassiopeia so dearly. She is the most beautiful month, is she not? A haven of starlight reflected in the primordial sea below. Only once a year is she this close to us, and only then for a short period of time. To me, she is the harbinger of yearning and of change. I wonder how we'll change this month. I hope to be more capable and sunscreened by the end of it. Maybe even a little less alone. What about you? I like the way I am, but I wouldn't say no to stocking up on more ingredients. Ah, the refusal to change is dangerous, innkeeper. Change always comes to those who deny it the most. By the end of the astral moon, we shall no longer be who we once were. That sounds like a threat. By no means. Maybe it promises mourning, but maybe celebration also, could it not? For example, my dear Rhea hated vampires when she first met me, and now she likes me. True change can occur before the stars change, it seems. I think she still hates you, or you are hard to dislike. You are hard to dislike. Oh, how sweet of you. As sweet as my blood. I have a lot of it. I would hope you do. And it runs warm when people are kind to me. In all my millennia, kindness has always made me the happiest. There's nothing greater than friendship, don't you agree? And nothing more fragile. That makes it all the more precious. That reminds me, I forgot a crucial part of the message. Our dear friend Stranger told me that he would like to see you again. He said, what was it? Don't think too hard about it. Ah, of course, the letter. The letter? The polite young man gave me a letter to deliver to you. What a sweet gesture. I shall pass it on to you forthwith. Thank you. Are you not going to open it? No, I don't think now's the right time for a letter. Not out of moonlight. But wouldn't it be kind of romantic, longingly dwelling in the memories of a friend, It would go so well with the fireworks. What fireworks? I have no clue. He said he hopes you will enjoy them. Fireworks! Doesn't that sound lovely? I hope they aren't part of a private event. I think that would be difficult to do with fireworks. I don't mean to interrupt, but... What is it, little fawn? Look outside. I think the fireworks have started. Oh, how beautiful! They're falling from the sky! Hello, little fireworks! Sparkle on! Those aren't fireworks. They're stars. Act 2, Starlight Sonata, picking up the pieces, first of the astral moon. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start the day, and then I'm gonna save. My throat and my lips and everything are starting to remind me that when I do these long talking streams, I have problems sometimes. So I hope you enjoyed my debut stream of Tavern Talk. I will be doing this as my Thursday game. I am really, I know I keep saying I'm trying to add on other streams where I play other games, and I really am. And I hope you guys know I'm not just making things up. It's been really rough lately, and I just haven't had a chance. But I'm gonna try. I love you all. Thank you for coming, and I hope to see you next time. Mwah! Bye-bye.